Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to IPR Presents, IATMI Public Relations Presents. My name is 𝗏𝗏𝘆𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏. I'm a fellow partner here at 𝗏𝗏𝘆𝗀𝗏. Gonna be with you guys from the start until the end.
Very right. In this opportunity, IPR Present raised the theme Exploring and Distinguish about Petroleum Engineering Around the World with the title Discovering the Distinction of the Petroleum Engineering Around the Globe, Malaysia Edition.
And today, we're going to discuss about a glimpse of knowledge about petroleum engineer in Malaysia.
Today's speakers also professionals who work and have experiences in the oil and gas industry. Who else? Let's meet Dennis. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, hello.
How are you? How's life?
I'm very great. Thank you so much. Yes.
I can tell that everyone is very curious about you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Right. So let me start off by thanking 𝗏𝗏𝘆𝗀𝗏𝗂𝗏 and the PR IATMI team, right, for inviting me on this discussion. So it's my honor to be I think the pioneer, right? Is it in engaging with PR IATMI. So my name is Dennis Ling. I'm a proud Malaysian. So I was born and raised in a tiny little town called Intan, Perak. So I did my bachelor degree in petroleum engineering in University Technology Malaysia in 2017, and I graduated in 2017 and joined 𝗗𝗹𝘆𝗀𝗶𝗄𝗏 in the end of 2017 as well. So I started as a wireline field trainee and transitioned to reservoir engineer. So I'm currently based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Okay, thank you. Well, we already heard a bit about Dennis, but still not enough. Without any further ado, let's jump to the next session.
Okay, 𝗏𝗏𝘆𝗀, and all right, Dennis. In this corner, you will be given some questions that we already gathered from our people that really put interest in you. Are you ready for that?
Yes, I'm ready.
And so are we.
Okay.
So the first question is 3 reasons of why petroleum engineer.
All right. I guess the first reason is very, very straightforward, as in, of course, the handsome pay, right? So in terms of the money, right? I mean, I have to be honest with you, right? So, I mean, petroleum engineer, they tend to have a very good pay at a very early of their career, right? So when I say handsome pay, it means that I'm not sure about Indonesia, but as of in Malaysia, that's quite a lot, because I can achieve actually in 2 years, I can achieve like more than 10K. So it's like a 5 figures in Malaysia, which is quite a lot for 25 years old, if you like, right? So that I actually converted that. So that's like 39 juta rupiah in Indonesia for 25 years old. You know, it's like that kind of amount of money. I'm not sure if that's a lot in Indonesia, but that's a lot. It's above, way above the minimum wage in Malaysia. So yeah, and that's you know, that's probably the most motivating part, I think. I have to be honest, right? And the second part is that, you know, the concept of work hard and play hard, because, you know, you are handsomely paid and you have that money to really travel as much as you can. So I actually brought my parents to 5 countries, including Switzerland, Italy, Norway, Russia, and Finland at the age of 25. Right? So now tell me, right? So how is that possible if you don't have money, right? You know, it's that kind of thing that's saying, I always love that kind of environment where you actually work hard and at the same time you play hard, that kind of balancing, right? So, but if you want to play hard, you need to have money, right? You know, the kind of mindset, I think, I mean, maybe a lot of people do not really agree with me, but that's how I actually motivate myself.
You're being realistic, right?
Yeah, I'm being realistic, right? So that's the thing. So and then, you know, as probably, you know, you talk about the third reason is probably, I think, I always know that oil and gas, probably we know that oil is the world's largest energy source today. So you know, thinking that it's definitely an honor to be able to be a part of this team, being able to contribute to the world's largest energy source. So that kind of that kind of thing, right? Like you're in the front liner kind of thing, if you like, right? So that's actually the three reasons I actually joined petroleum engineer. I mean, I decided to join petroleum engineer. Yep.
That was a good answer. Thank you.
Okay, what a wonderful answer. And let's jump to the next question. Can you tell us a little about Malaysia education system that you aware?
All right. So basically in Malaysia, so I have to go to on a two different road, right? So in Malaysia there is two different system. Not to say two different system, it's like in the primary, okay, we started as kindergarten, right? So the same thing, kindergarten, and then when we go to primary school, we call it sekolah rendah, right? Sekolah rendah is like age from 7 to 12. So you have this, there are so many, I mean, Malaysia, there are so many multilingual, it's a country, right? So, and which means that we have Chinese, Indian, and Malay, the main three races. So basically I'm a Chinese. So we have that option of actually attending Chinese school in the primary school, right? Or even Indian school, right? And then also even we call it sekolah harian, which means that sekolah harian is like the main language is Malay, right? So we have that kind of option. And then from the primary schools onwards, we go to the what we call the sekolah menengah, right? It's a secondary school. So secondary school, you have a sekolah harian as well. So sekolah harian is like you use your normal Malay language and all that, right? And you do also have a Chinese sekolah menengah, where you have Chinese as the main language as well, right? And then with that, you actually move on to the next thing, which is, secondary school is actually, I haven't mentioned that secondary school is from 13 years old to 17 years old. And then once we, after 17 years old, we will actually choose to either go to the pre-university. So pre-university, there is a lot of things, right? We call it matriculations, Malaysian matriculations, and then sijil, STPM kind of thing, right? And then after that, depending on your results, you actually go on to university of your choices, right? And university of our choices, it comes from either public university or either private university. Private university, you have to pay, right? Public, you don't have to pay. Not to say you don't have to pay, you pay very little. It's mainly sponsored by our government, but you have to have a very, very good results and have to be very excellent students in order to be in public university. So I'm proud to say that I'm a public university student, University of Technology Malaysia. So basically, I only pay like I think only a few % of my courses of the actual money, right? So yep, and that is the norm. Not to say normal path, it's just that one path of it, right? And then the second path is actually the vocational. So because some students, they might not really like those kind of two studies kind of thing, right? Like science and all that, right? Some students, they actually we are trying to actually encourage the kids in Malaysia to actually getting on different skills. So on another path is actually that those students are very good in technical skills. So what I mean that is that they are very good in doing this craft tangan, like craft tangan Indonesia. I'm not sure how to say it, but
kerajinan.
Yes, something like that. And also the very good things like like electronic stuff and all this kind of stuff, right? So we do have that kind of path, right, where students are actually interested in it, because we can't force all the students to actually get into the science, right? Because not everyone interested in science. So we are trying to have that kind of path flexibility in students to encourage them to be going the path that they want. And then when they meet out at the end, going university, that will be their, again, results, and everything will decide you to either go to public university or private university, right? So, and that goes up and up, bachelor, master, and PhD, right? So it's a very straightforward thing. But I remember there's one thing. I have a colleague, I have classmates from Indonesia. I remember Indonesians, they are very, very early going to university, right? So when I was in university, I was, I guess it was 20 or 21, I don't remember exactly. But Indonesian friend, so she was only, I think, was 17 or 18. So she already in university. So I think that was quick, right? You know, that kind of I think I actually kind of like that kind of system, you know, saying that, you know, you go to university at a very early age, so you get to expose a lot of things, right? And you're actually ahead of people, right? So you're actually like 2-3 years ahead of people. So imagine I'm 20 years old in university and Indonesian friend 17 years old in university, right? you see that 3 years kind of gap, right? But we're in the first year of university. So I mean, Malaysia, we do have our kind of own system, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to share in Malaysia. That's what we have.
So, Dennis, is there many public universities in Malay?
Yes, we have a lot. We have a lot, and we have many skills, right? So one of the very, very famous one that probably you know is I think University Malaya, I think. You call it UM, right? So it's like a National University of Malaysia kind of thing, right? Not the same there. Maybe not. I'm sorry. It's like probably the biggest and the most prestigious university in Malaysia, University Malaya. And then in terms of engineering, so University of Technology Malaysia is the best, right? My university. Right? So yeah, so there are a lot more, right? When you talk about that, you have a University Utara Malaysia. There's so many in the north, in the middle, you know, in the south. There's so many of it, right? But with the condition of that, you need to have very, very good results, and you can actually get that university, right? So, yep.
I see. Well, Dennis, back when you were in college, how did you manage your social life, study, and organization?
Yeah. So to be honest, I guess everyone would definitely manage this in a way, because I mean, when you talk about college, right? When you talk about university and college life, so to be honest, I guess everyone will definitely manage this, because in college you have so much time, right? Let's put it this way. And what do? Right? You only attend a class a few hours, you know, probably maximum up to 8 hours a day. And what about the remaining time? What are you going to do? So now this depends on every individuals, right? On how they actually manage their remaining times. Well, for me, I usually do running, you know, basketballs, and I was a national basketball player, right? And yeah, I am. and I love playing basketballs and running and all that, right? All this exercise thing. I love outdoor activities, traveling, you know, hiking, camping, and all that. And I actually love. And in college, I actually have that very, very bad habits. I believe most of the students, they do have that kind of habits, right? Which is playing games, right? and Indonesia is quite famous. We play Dota, you know, like those games, right? In college, university is very, very famous, right? But again, right? But out of all those times that I've spent, I still managed to join university events, you know, being a forum moderator and being a director of the Hlaɓ Day, and being the student volunteer of the Offshore Technology Conference and all that kind of things, right? So, you know, in a sense that this is how I actually manage, because I always know I always know what I want, and in a sense that of all the time that I have actually wasted and of the time that I actually spent on the other things, I actually have the time for me to allocate for my social, for my study, and at the same time for my extracurricular activities, right? Like managing events and all that kind of things. So if there is one advice that I will give to, you know, probably people that listen to me right now, you know, the university time is the best time for you to explore yourself, I would say. So all the skills that you have is your assets, right?
Okay, so time is a very precious things that we have when we're college, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And can you name something that you feel regret in college that you want or might to change?
All right, I think if I think it back, right, there is nothing that I regretted, to be honest. So I mean I've enjoyed my university life, you know, like a real students, right? going to exercise, wasting time, right? And then going to play games and all that kind of things, right? But and like I said, there's a time that I actually allocate for things that I really want to achieve and the things that I really want to build my career path on, which is the skills that I need to be. So in that sense, if you ask me to turn back the time, I'll do the same thing, right? So at the same time, I really enjoy my university life. I mean, if you work too much and then if you chase, if you actually chase your goal too much and too obsessed with it, and you actually miss the best part of it, right? Which is go out with your friends and then